Welcome to week 2 of your 8-week winter Qigong for lung and specifically kidney health. So we'll continue working on what we did last week, building on some of the different elements for the meridians for the lung as well as the kidney that we looked through the various different stances. This week you'll learn a new part of the 8 brocades, and also we'll revise some of the movements that we did, including Lotus rises from the mud, including between heaven and earth, so on and so forth. So let's start in a comfortable standing position. Now recap the beginning, the fundamental stance of Wuji as well. Great. As you come to stand on your yoga mat or whatever surface you're practicing on, I forgot to mention this last week. If you're practicing on a marble floor that's quite cold, right? It's highly recommended to wear socks or some kind of footwear, and instead of practicing directly on a cold surface, because the kidney meridian point is right underneath the ball of your feet. And we don't want to lose vital life force or energy or have the cold actually enter from the base of the feet. So this is the reason why we wear footwear. Or for example, if you are practicing on the ground that's quite cold, you can wear something or you can have a yoga mat. So let's come to stand. And we'll practice or reinforce what we did from last week. Let both feet come together. If it's not possible, that's perfectly fine. Let the feet come as close as possible and begin to soften through your knees. We'll sink your way down through the earth and start to shift the weight on towards your right leg. Lift up your left heel and we'll float your leg across, gliding it across. This represents the separation of yin-yang, Shiva, Shakti, logical and creative. And now from here, we'll ground down through your feet. Let's begin to warm up the body, let the knees be soft. And we'll start with Qigong shaking to begin to awaken and really cleanse and purge any sort of lingering tension that is inside of your body. Relaxing your toes, your ankles. Can you let also your knees be soft? Let the whole of your spine begin to feel the flow and the vibration of all of your major joints. This is one of the fundamental Qigong joint releases and Qigong purging or cleansing exercises we do at the very beginning of the class. If you want a little bit more, feel free to raise your hands to any degree, maybe at the height of your shoulders or a little bit higher, whatever is within your comfort zone. And then slowly and gently we'll bring it down. Feel free to bring it to one side. Gently bring it back to the center. And then all the way to the other side. And when you've had enough, coming back through the center, as we did so last week as well, if you would like, you can raise and land your heels, pumping through the balls of your feet. This will help to stimulate your kidney 1 meridian points. Great. And as you're shaking, beginning to even bounce here, and we'll stay here for 10, really shaking off any tension from the week for 9, 8, toning the back of your calves, 7, 6, connecting with your urinary bladder meridians, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it come to stillness and land your heels on the ground, soften your knees, close your eyes for a moment, observing any sensations on the surface of your skin, any tingling, any buzzing, noticing your breath. And then when you're feeling ready, let your eyes gently blink open. We'll let the thumbs come into the center of your palms and let the fingers wrap around, forming loose fists. We'll continue this time. Instead, we'll tap down along the sides of your gallbladder meridians to the tops of the feet and then up along the inner lips. And we'll do this one more time like this. Along the side to the top and then up along the inside. And now to revise what we did last week, we'll slap the back of your thighs downwards for the urinary bladder meridians. At the top of the feet, and and slowly up along the insides. Breathe out as I move downwards. And breathe in as I slowly come up. So we'll do this 2 more times, tapping the back of your thighs, back of the knees, don't miss them, sides of the ankles, top of the feet, inner legs, all the way up. And you might be moving faster or slower than me. What matters is that you follow your whole breath. You're going to take your own time. You might still be finishing, or maybe if you finish, then now gradually and slowly we'll come to stand. We'll keep the fist with you, and now we'll work, just now we work with forward folds and a little bit of extension of the spine as we came out. Now we'll work with side twist in the spine, connecting with your belly button area. 3 fingers below is your lower energy center. From here, begin to spiral your chest as you turn left and right, and gently let your arms swing and tap the sides of your body. Great. This is called emptying coat sleeves, or some call this knocking on heaven's gate. And as you're tapping, recapping the point as well, at the back of the spine, right behind where your belly button is, close to the area between your kidneys is your Ming point. So you're gently swinging and tapping these areas. This is best done on an empty stomach. So ideally, hopefully, you have not had a heavy meal right before this. If you wish to also stimulate and boost your respiratory health, you can tap the area underneath the collarbone, close to the armpit. This will stimulate your lung 1 and 2 meridian points. If you want a little bit more, let your drishti or your eye gaze move in the direction where you're going. So you really follow the momentum, as if you're spiraling from the center of your spine. And then if you want even more, feel free to widen your stance and lift the opposite heel, bending the knee in the direction where you're going. Swinging and tapping, swinging and tapping. We'll continue like this for 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 1. And very slowly let that swinging and tapping come into stillness. Slowly, if you widen your stance, bring your feet back to hip distance stance. And we'll keep the fist still with you. Now we'll work with spinal cord breathing. Breathing in, cat-cow your spine. Inhale to arch your spine, cactus the arms, and lift your chest to the sky. As you breathe out, round the spine, soften your knees. Let the pinky side of your fist, your forearms, maybe even elbows touch. Inhale to expand, growing like a flower, like a flame. Exhale to withdraw, reaching deep within you, returning to the source. 3 more rounds on your own. Inhale to expand, to grow. Exhale to draw in. Last 2 times on your own. You might be moving faster or slower than me. Following your own path, your own pace, your own breath. T means breath, but it also means vital life force, and Gong means the cultivation. So your breath is a path to cultivating this inner energy and inner life force. When you finish that last round, we'll release the arms down by the sides of your body and gently let them soften. Let your knees continue to be soft. And now we'll work with the shoulder girdle area and the chest area, with an exercise called Ping Shuai, to evenly shake or evenly let go. As you breathe in, let the palms flow up to the height of your chest, knees softly straighten without locking. As you breathe out, let the palms flow down, knees soften. Breathe in to flow. Breathe out to release. 3 more times like this. Inhale to flow upwards. Exhale to soften. And then inhale, flowing up. Exhale, soften. Great. Last 1 or 2 times on your own. Exhale to soften. Finishing maybe your last round. Exhale to soften. Good. So if you have any shoulder injuries, you're welcome to stay with this option. If you don't have shoulder injuries, and also actually if you have frozen shoulder syndrome, the next one will be a good option for you. We're going to flow your palms up to the height of your chest. And we'll start to swing and catch your arms. Good. Let's go. Swing and catch. Swing and catch. Ready? Letting them go. Let the arms swing as far behind as possible. Keeping your hands level. I like to breathe out as I let go of the palms. And then breathe in as they rise back up. See if this breath pattern works for you. Great. We'll continue like this for just about 5 more rounds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's try a variation with a bend through the knees to also stimulate the meridians of your legs. So from here, palms at the height of your chest or as high as it is comfortable for you. We'll bend your knees as we swing and catch your arms. Let's try swinging and catching. Swing and catch. Swing and catch. Great. Swing and catch. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Now let's all meet here with the palms at the height of the chest. We're going to combine both of the exercises. The first 4 will only be with the arms, and the 5th one will add a bend through the knees. All right, let's try. Let's go for 1, 2, only with the arms. 3, hands are level. 4, now with the knees. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, now with the knees. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, now with the knees. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the knees. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 3 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Following your breath. 4 and 5. Final set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Now we'll let the arms slowly swing until they come into stillness. Let them swing. Great. And let's take a moment to come back to the kidney meridians. So we're going to come back to the softest and then locate the area. This is your belly button, right at the back of the spine. Close to this area is your kidneys. We're going to do some self-massage here. And as you do the self-massage, drawing circles around the kidney area, stimulating your kidney function, let the knees be soft. Can you open the front of your chest? Can you draw your scapula back and your elbows towards each other while keeping your shoulders still fairly relaxed? We're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Now release and let the fist come, and we'll release your left palm down. Use your right hand to form a soft fist. I'll come a little bit closer because we're going to do upper body tapping now. For the upper body tapping, to recap what we did from last week, let your knees be soft and still keep the same stance with the tailbone tucked under slightly to create space in the lower back for the kidney and your lower back area. Belly is drawn in and it is firm. Shoulders are relaxed. The crown of your head, the back of your skull lengthens to the sky. Maintain this stance for the whole of the duration of the class. If at any time you feel you need to move, feel free to adjust, but then come back to this stance. Now, finding your belly button about 3 fingers below around your lower dantian or field of energy area, we will tap upwards from this area along your central channel. When you reach the center of the breast area, feel free to tap a little bit more for your cardiac plexus, your heart. And then we will move to the area that is underneath the collarbone. Later on, we'll recap the mudra or the movement for the lung meridians. Lotus rises from the mud. And then we'll tap all the way to the armpit area for your lymphatic system, for the sides of your ribs. Slowly back down, and then looping back up. And as you're tapping, also paying attention to the vibrations on the surface of your skin. You could be tapping quite lightly, or could be tapping more vigorously, depending on what feels good for you in this present moment. Also notice if your mind is wandering away, or the energy with regards to autumn, with regards to also winter, the lungs, and also your urinary bladder, your kidney meridians, relate to reflection, to crystallizations, to paying attention to the small things. So can you pay attention and retain the sense of awareness to reveal what is underneath? Now let's all meet near the lung meridian points underneath the collarbone, close to the armpit area. Tap a little bit more. And then when you reach the armpit area, a few more options for you. You may tap with the fist. You may also use the knuckles if you wish to tap and stimulate. You may also use your whole hand, spreading the palm. This will be more dispersed. Tapping the surrounding breast area if that feels good for you. Okay, and then when you've had enough, you release your left hand to face upwards, and we'll tap down 3 times, following the flow of your lung meridians. Don't miss the wrist crease and don't miss all the fingers. Only downwards along your arm, bicep, elbow crease, forearm, palm, and all of your fingers. When you finish your 3rd round and the last round, when you're doing this on your own, you can feel free to do this even more repetitions if that feels good for you. Feel free to make a soft fist, and in the center of the soft fist, the acupressure point of Lao Gong Working Palace, right? PC8, pericardium 8 is right in the center. We're going to press it down on this point as you breathe in, and then breathe out, soften. Again, press as you breathe in. As you wish, you may breathe out through the nose or mouth, letting go. And then one last time, breathe in through the nose. Exhale in any way you wish. And then if you would like, you can gently also circle and begin to massage this point, dispersing any tension from this area. This is an important healing energy point, which we will look at again later on. And then we will flip the palm down and we'll begin to tap upwards. This is for your large intestine meridians, which are the paired meridians for your lungs. So your lungs are the yin organs, meaning they absorb, they keep. And the large intestine is the pair or the mirror, which takes in and then excretes and then disperses. So now when we reach the shoulder blade area, find this muscle on the top to the back of your shoulder. We'll use your right hand to squeeze this muscle, sponging as you breathe in. It's for your large intestine. Exhale, breathe out. Sigh out. 2 more times. Squeeze as you breathe in. Now breathe out. Letting it go. One last time. Squeeze as you breathe in. And then breathe out. Letting it all out. And then if you wish, feel free to give yourself a gentle tap in this area. And now let's take a moment to notice any differences between left and right. Maybe one side feels heavier, warmer, more tingly. And then let's try the other side. We'll let your thumb come in and 4 fingers wrap around, finding the same area. We're going to tap from below the belly button upwards along your conception vessel. When you reach the center of the chest area, feel free to tap a little bit more underneath the collarbone for the lung meridians. When you reach the armpit, tap a little bit more for your lymphatic system. And then as we reach your side, we're stimulating your gallbladder, which supports your liver. And then looping back up. So as you're tapping through the center, you're also gently stimulating the kidney meridians, which run along the torso as well. As you're tapping, you may wish to tap more gently or a little bit more firmly. Whatever feels good for you in this present moment. Again, as you are tapping, notice if your mind is wandering away. Can you stay only at the specific area where the fist is striking the surface of your skin? Can you feel the vibration and the resonance? Now let's all meet close to the armpit area near the lung meridian points 1 and 2. Later on, we'll revisit them. And then the armpit area as well. 2 other options using your knuckles. If you wish to tap and stimulate, this will be more pointed, more sensitive. And then more dispersed, the other option, your palm to slap. Also for your breast health, quite important. All the surrounding lymph area. And then let's release your right hand face up, and we'll tap down 3 times again for your bicep muscle, elbow crease, forearm crease, wrist crease, your palm, and all 5 of your fingers. When you finish that last round, when we make a soft fist, once again, same thing. In the center of the palm, you can find the acupressure point, working palace. We'll use your opposite thumb, the fleshy part, not the nail, to press this point, to connect with this healing energy point. As you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, soften. 2 more times, pressing as you breathe in, and then breathing out, softening. 1 last time, we'll press as you breathe in, and breathe out, gently soften. If you wish to, you can gently circle and massage this area, really connecting with this healing energy point. Great, and now gently and slowly we'll begin to release that. And then now we will tap upwards, along the back of your palm, forearm, back of the elbow area, all the way up to your arm, to the shoulder, for your large intestine. As mentioned, the large intestine stores and then excretes the waste from your body. So it is the paired yang meridian, yang organ system. When you finish that last round, you will use your left hand to find the muscle on the top and to the back of your shoulder. We'll start to squeeze as you breathe in, and then breathing out, letting it all go. Let's do this 2 more times. Squeeze as you breathe in, and then breathing out, letting it all out. One last time, squeeze as you breathe in. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Sigh it all out. Good. And then now let's take a moment to notice how you feel on both sides. And feel free to do any small movements for the shoulders if there's any lingering tension. Now, since we're quite close, I want to use this chance to recap the movement for Lotus rises from the mud. So again, locating the collarbone and then close to the ridge where the collarbone, where you'll feel a small indent. We're going to move downwards and let your fingers rest on this area. So this is the area. So not like this, not like this, but actually right underneath the collarbone, close to the armpit. This is where you will find your lung 1 and 2 meridians as they begin to surface on your skin. They actually start inside of the body. So now we will press down on this point as you breathe in. Float the palms outwards as if forming a dove or falcon, an eagle, or whatever animal flight that you connect with. And as you fly out, turn your hands outwards using your healing energy points. Stand in your inner strength and say no to the things that you would not like. Set healthy boundaries. From those boundaries, return within you. Let the fingers touch. Let the elbows, wrist creases begin to soften as you turn inwards, introspection into you. From then on, let the flower begin to blossom. The lotus rises from the mud. And then as you exhale, share your beauty with the rest of the world. External rotation of the arms. So you will stimulate also the lung meridian points. And as you breathe out, release, let that go. Let's try this 2 more times. Knees are soft. Press down on your lung meridian points as you breathe in. Flow the palms outwards. As you breathe out, say no. Stand in your inner strength. From these healthy boundaries, turn inwards, feel safe, feel protected. And then into your inner desire, your inner strength, your inner calling, blossom outwards into the world and share your beauty with everything and everyone. One last time, we will cross the palms. Later on, we'll revise this again. Let the palms come in front of your lung area. Breathe in as you press, and then soften, let the palms flow out. Standing in your inner strength, setting healthy boundaries, learning to say no so that you can then turn inwards and make space to say yes to blossoming, to standing in your true beauty, in your true authenticity, and share that with the world. Great. Now gently and slowly let the palms come down. I'll move backwards so then we can progress with the whole of the practice. So now as you come into a standing position, apologies, I will move this very quickly so you can see the full length of my arms. From here, we'll begin to open the practice proper and let the palms begin to flow up towards the sky. 3 rounds of pulling from the heavens. Breathe in to connect with the sky. Energy of the sun, your dreams, your ideas, your aspirations. Soften as you breathe out, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your palms. Guide and let this energy enter your body. Your palms will glide in front of your crown of the head, your third eye, your throat, your heart, the solar plexus. Feel it align and guide all of the 7 chakras, sacral chakra, your root chakra, and all of your 3 dantian or your field of energy. Now, as you breathe in once again, same movement, slightly different intention. Feel that your wings are spreading and you feel that you connect with everything and everyone. You are a conduit for receiving, for expressing, for creating, but you are in relationship with everything and everyone in your life, in your world. Soften into this. Great. And then now one more round now, connecting with the earth. Even as you breathe in, knees soften. Even as you grow towards the sky, feel that you are rooted and grounded, connected to this present moment. As you exhale, soften into the earth, feel your roots. Feel that even as your mind can transcend past, present, and future, your body lives here and now. You arrive in this and every single present moment. You are mindful. You are here. Great. Now, gently and slowly, I'm going to invite you to take a wider stance. We'll revisit your horse stance position. Again, two options, either feet facing forward, more traditional variation, or heels inwards and toes pointing outwards, very similar to goddess stance that we do in yoga. Let the knees follow the direction of your ankles, especially if this is the alignment that you already have in a healthy standing position. And we're going to work with your breath in this position. Let the palms as if holding a flask of water. We're going to fill up the flask of water. Breathe in, rise, and let the flask of water begin to fill. And as you breathe out, gently empty the flask. Again, inhale, lengthening your legs, rising from your horse. Exhale, softly begin to let the flask empty. Last time, breathe in, rise. Feel free to adjust your stance as you need to find the best stance. And then exhale, will really begin to settle. Now from here, bridging or between heaven and earth, breathe in, bend through the knees. This is for all elements. You raise your palms, rising like wood towards the sky. Breathing out, bend the knees, sit back on your horse, and will expand like fire, pushing outwards. Breathing in, legs straighten as your fingers curl in one by one, your wrists and elbows bend, returning to your center like earth element. And then now breathing out, palms forward, round the spine, sit back on your horse, set those boundaries so you stay protected. So you withdraw and you make space. Breathe in, connecting, bridging heaven and earth. Stand in your strength even as you reach for the sky. And breathe out, water element, flow like water, following the path of least resistance down to the earth. Let's try this 4 more times. Breath in, arms circle to reach to the sky. Breathe out, palms behind your head will push out. Breathe in, draw into your inner strength. Breathe out, round the spine. Breathe in, flip the palms up, lift as you lengthen. And then breathe out, softly let the palms flow all the way to the ground. 3 more times. As you breathe in, you may wish to visualize wood growing towards the sky, things blossoming in spring. Breathing out, fire burning, expanding like all things in full blossom. Breathing in, gathering into you, harvest during late summer of earth. And then breathing out, contracting the leaves, starting to drop, the skin starting to shed in autumn. Breathe in, bridging all the seasons. And as you exhale, flow like water, feeling the snow, the rain, the water descend on the earth. Last 2 times, follow your own breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale to expand. Inhale to center. Exhale to contract. Inhale to bridge. Exhale to descend all the way to the ground. We have just one last time like this. Inhale, we'll gather, rising all the way to the sky. Exhale, expanding like fire, pushing out. Breathing in, into you. Breathing out, rounding the spine. Breathing in, rising to touch the sky, and then breathing out, descending onto the earth. With your next breath, slowly rise, and then we'll take a slightly narrower stance, and we'll recap the movements from the 8 brocades. The first one, for the triple heater, we'll begin to interlace the fingers in front of your lower dantian or field of energy. As you breathe in, rise the palms along like a heater, rising all the way to the sky. And then as you reach the top, keep pushing the palms all the way to the sky. As you exhale, release, soften the knees, soften the palms down. Great, we'll do this 4 more times. Interlace the fingers, rise. With your breath, lift the palms all the way to the sky. And then as you softly begin to exhale, release. Can you also sink the weight of your knees down? Soften the weight of your heels, let the palms flow down. Great. 3 more times, don't rush. Follow your own breath. You might be moving faster or slower than me. Wonderful. Last 2 times. Inhale to rise. All the way to the sky, raising the triple heater. So the triple heater in Chinese medicine is the combination of both your thoracic, abdominal cavity and the whole function of the torso area as well as your abdominal area and how they relate to each other in balance. Can you feel that everything is in balance and supporting the emperor or empress that is your heart, that reigns your kingdom? Now moving on to the second one, we'll come back to that wider horse stance position and we'll recap the second one, drawing the bow and arrow left and right. We'll form soft fists with your palms and let the back of your palms and your fist begin to touch. Begin by crossing your right hand across. We'll release your left index and middle finger. Push and pull both arms in opposite directions. Keep your right elbow level. Don't pull the arm too far back. Right, just level and then push the left index finger, forming that bow and arrow. Sight your target with your left index finger. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, release, swipe across. We'll come back to this position and then crossing on the other side once again, sit back low. Pull your left elbow across, level with your shoulder. Right index and thumb releases as you look beyond your right fingertips. Can you really push with your right index and thumb? Sight the target. Breathe in. As you breathe out, shoot with the eyes. As you release, swipe across. And then once again, we'll come back. We'll do this 2 more times on each side, crossing, push and pull in opposite directions, sitting low on your horse, looking in the direction of your left hand, sight your target. Breathe in, breathe out, release as you swipe across, and we'll come back to that same position. Crossing over, this time right index finger, push and pull, sitting low on your horse, feeling that inner strength, eyes gaze, strong drishti beyond your right index finger, shoot, and then slowly release. One last time, you're doing great. Crossing over, push and pull, sighting your target, breathing in. And as you breathe out, shoot to release. Come back to that concentrated effort of being in the center. And this time, cross your left hand in front and release your right index and thumb. And then once again, look to your right side, sight the target, breathe in. And breathe out, shoot to release. Now gently and slowly let go of both of the palms. We'll straighten both legs. And then heel toe your feet in a little bit closer. Now we'll come back towards that Wuji stance, knee soft, weight sinking down to the earth. And we'll come into a new movement that works with your stomach and spleen area to balance all of the 5 elements. So we'll start with in here, raising both palms up to the height of your chest. We'll flip your right palm upwards, left palm down to push both palms in opposite directions. Good. And then begin to spiral the palms. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let the palms settle back down. Good. Again, push them in opposite direction. Left palm up this time, right palm down. Spiral the palms in opposite directions, like a windmill. As you breathe out, let them settle and begin to almost face each other. Good. Let's try this at least 3 more times on both sides. 调理脾胃虚单曲. So to align the functioning, to optimize the functioning of your stomach and spleen, we'll need to raise one hand single each at a time. That's the translation for this exercise or this movement. I like to breathe in as I expand into spaciousness, and then breathe out to draw back, to condense, to center. See if this breath pattern works for you. And you can add a soft straightening and a soft bending of the knees if that feels good for you as well. So this is not specifically for the meridians of the lung, nor for the kidney, but the stomach and spleen and the earth element is present in all transitions because it represents the center of everything. Just like the earth element is known to be the couple of days between seasonal transitions. As you slowly and gently begin to finish your last round on your left side, spiraling back, we'll gently and slowly begin to let the palms begin to settle back down. And then now we'll come into the next movement that works with the meridians of your large intestine as well, also for your lungs. So from here, this one is to look left and right. From here, let the palms as if holding a ball of energy in front of your lower energy center. As you breathe in, blossom and move the arms apart as you look towards your right side. And then as you exhale, draw back into the center. Again, inhale, this time look to your left. And exhale, come back down. So see if you can find that rhythm as you expand your breath, drawing your elbows backwards, scapulars towards each other. Exhale, softening, combining it with a movement of your neck. Expanding your breath as you do so. We'll do this at least 3 more times on each side. And even as your palms move further away from each other, can you still feel that connection between the 2 healing energy points on each side? And you move with your breath instead of letting the movements affect your breath. Can you stay in this present moment as you're cycling through maybe your last 1 to 2 repetitions? Slowly and gently finishing your very last round. When you finish the last round, we transition very nicely into a water practice with the palms already in front of your lower energy center. This is called turning the water wheel. So imagine you have a water wheel in front of you, and we're going to start to revolve the water wheel up, extending the arms without locking them, and then slowly sit back down. Great, and you may wish to pair a soft straightening and sinking or bending of the knees as you do this exercise, remembering that the tailbone is always tucked under slightly, belly drawn in. We'll continue this exercise for just about 3 more repetitions. I like to inhale as I load this water wheel up, and then exhale as I allow the water wheel to carry the water descending downwards. Observe if this breath pattern works for you, and try and see to find if there's a breath pattern that feels good in your body. Now slowly and gently, maybe finishing your very last 1 or 2 rounds. Okay. And then as you finish your last round, slowly and gently let the palms come to the sides of your body. We'll shift or pulse the weight onto your right leg and begin to step your left foot behind you into a warrior 1-like stance with your front knee bent, back foot turned out diagonally, and back leg is straight. So I'll demonstrate this sideways because it might be a little bit clearer. So the same thing as we did from before, we're going to practice leaning forward towards the front leg. And then as the front knee straightens, the back knee will bend and you'll lean back. So this is the movement, leaning forward, front knee bends, exhale, back leg bends. Let's try this one last time, forward and back. Now we'll add the hands, cross the palms, looking for the sea and then touching the sky, light up the sky. Let's try this 4 more times. From the ocean bed, can you pick up the pearls? And then as you inhale, light up the sky using the pearls that you just picked up. Keep the connection with your breath as you do this exercise. I like to breathe out as I fold forward into flexion. And then I like to breathe in as I reach my heart up to the sky in extension. So folding forward as you breathe out, and then breathing in as you reach into a back bend. When you finish that last round, bend the front knee and we'll float the palms all the way forward. White monkey offers fruit. Press on actively through the back arch of your back foot. And then from here, we'll bring both palms together and reach those hands all the way up to the sky. Belly draws in. Stomach is firm if you would like to. Also look up towards your palms. We'll stay here for 3. Breathing in and out for 2. Last 1. As you release, let the palms flow down, and we'll shift the weight to your front leg. Back foot steps forward, and then front foot steps back, and we'll do the same movement on the other side, mirror side. Same thing, find the right stance. The actual stance will be a little bit shorter than a regular warrior 1 position. And then from here, we'll alternate between bending the front knee and then back knee bends, front knee straightens. Front knee bends, back leg is straight. Back knee bends, front leg straightens. Notice if you can connect with your breath as you do this movement. And then now let's try crossing the palms. Imagine you're really reaching to touch the sea. And then inhale, maybe you're really looking at the sky as you do this exercise. Can you touch the depths of the sea? And then can you feel the expanse of the sky? 3 more rounds, following your own breath, opening to possibilities while softening into the present moment. Finishing your last 1 to 2 repetitions, don't rush. Take your time with the movement. When you finish your last round, bend that front knee once again, and then flow the palms upwards as if making an offering to someone you love. From this offering, extend your heart forward. Externally rotate the palms outwards. The thumbs on the outside, and we'll stay here. Option to stay here, option to bring the palms together and reach those palms all the way to the sky, curling your belly in your warrior one position. We'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Now softly begin to release the palms once again. Weight shift to your left leg as you softly step the right foot forward. We come back to that hip distance stance position. Now from here, we'll recap a movement for the water element as well. Breathe in to ripple the water. Arms go up all the way. As you exhale, let the palms gently soften down. Inhale to flow, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and palms. Exhale, settle back down. Good. 3 more rounds following your own breath. And you feel every single particle of water in connection with the movement of your body. Can you feel the ripples and the waves of your spine in this and every present moment? Great. Slowly finishing your last 1 to 2 repetitions, maintaining this very fluid-like quality in your body. Now from here, we'll come in towards the practice that we did just now, working with the lung meridians. Once again, use your hands to find the lung meridian points. We'll press down through them to soften as you breathe in. Roll the palms outwards, set the healthy boundaries, saying no to the things you would like to say no to. Turn inwards in your inner courage. Let your elbows wrists soften. Let the flower lotus blossom from within and share your beauty with the world. Let's do this 2 more times. We'll cross the palms. Begin to press down through your meridian points. Breathe in to flow outwards. Saying no. From no, you turn inwards. And then you can say yes. To feel the spaciousness. From spaciousness, all things begin to grow, to expand, to become, to exist. 1 last time, cross the palms, right in front of your lung meridian points. Press as you breathe in, and then turn the palms out, saying no, breathing out. Turning within you, draw, let the elbows soften, wrists, palms blossom up, and we'll share your beauty with the world. Good. Gently and slowly let the palms go down. Now we'll come into microcosmic orbit, begin to circulate all the energy that you've gathered. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. And then as you reach the peak of your inhale, when your inhale turns around the collar into an exhale, let the palms glide and guide the energy of the sky down, behind the back of your head, to the sides of your neck, to the front of your chest, breathe in, sides of the ribs, mid-back, kidneys, and then follow your urinary bladder, meridians, breathe out all the way to your ankles, top of your feet, breathe in, and then insides of your legs rising upwards. Great, let's do this 4 more times. Inhale, connecting with the sky, breathing in, gathering the energy of the sky, the divine, your dreams, your ideas, aspirations. As you breathe out, stand in your inner strength, soften. When you reach the sides of your neck, the front of your chest, your lungs, breathe in. As you reach the sides of your ribs, your kidneys, can you feel your energy as you breathe out, soften into that cool reservoir of energy. Reaching your outer ankles, the tops of your feet, breathe in, lengthen. And then rise all the way along your inner legs, your kidney meridians, rising back up. 3 more times. This time, if you wish to physically touch the surface of your skin, go ahead. So top of the head, back of the head, sides of the neck, front of the chest, sides of the ribs, mid-back, lower back, sacrum, bum, following your urinary bladder meridians towards your ankles, tops of the feet, up along your inner legs, inner thighs, and rising back here. Last one time as we rise with your breath, breathe in, soften to the crown of your head, back of your head, apologies, 2 more times, front of the chest, sides of the ribs, your mid-back, lower back, flow like water as if it's sliding and following that path of least resistance to the top of your feet, and then slowly rising up. One last final time, breathe in, blossom as you breathe in, expand towards the sky. And then as you breathe out, let the palms softly glide towards the top of your head, back of your head, sides of the neck, front of the chest as you breathe in, your ribcage, your mid-back, lower back, flowing all the way down. And you feel that flux and flow towards your ankles, tops of the feet, up along your inner ankles, inner thighs, and rise to stand. Now softly let the palms gently begin to rest one on top of your lower energy center. We're going to come shortly into a standing meditation. So before that, feel free to adjust your stance. If there's any tension in your knees, feel free to bring the knees together and do some small knee circles to begin to release any joint tension. And then when you feel ready, come back to the standing stance once again. It may be helpful to do a few rounds of pelvic tilt, arching, and rounding your spine to ease any tension in the knee, in the ankle, and in the pelvic area. When you finish your last round, remember to allow your pelvis to scoop under just very slightly. So it's just very slightly scooped under, a little bit more scooped under than a normal neutral stance. Your knees are soft and relaxed. You feel and allow the weight of your body to sink towards the earth. Sink not from giving up, but sinking from a sense of trust, from a sense of connection, a deep rootedness through your kidney meridian points. Yongquan, bubbling spring that we work with underneath your feet. And then let your hands, you can choose. Usually there's a saying, 男左女右, men on the left, women on the right. So you might choose to use your right healing energy point, lay it over your dantian field of energy, and your left on top. But if for any reason that is not comfortable and you prefer the other way around, that's perfectly fine as well. Let the shoulders begin to soften. If it feels good for you, I want to invite you to close your eyes and settle into your body, into this shape. Start to notice the rise and fall of your belly against the surface of your hand, feeling that expansion and contraction fluidly. And you let your shoulders soften. And you lengthen the back of your skull towards the sky while releasing the weight of your body down to the earth. Can you draw your chin in slightly towards your neck while resting the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth and the top of your tongue against your soft palate, the top of your mouth? Can you feel your lungs expanding and then gently embracing your heart as your belly rises and falls. Can you feel that in this present moment, shedding all the layers of who you are, layer by layer, like an onion, we reach the center of what truly matters, the essence of you. This is the energy of autumn. And when you reach the essence of you, returning to that pool, this capability to intuit, to connect with your inner self, with your inner identity, to stand in your inner power, to show up in the world. This is the energy of your kidneys, your Jing, your essence. I'm going to linger here for about 20 more breaths. In a moment, I will go silent, but know that I'm here with you. Let's begin. Now gently and slowly, if your mind has wandered away, draw it back to that space underneath your palms, not just at the surface of your skin, but that reservoir of energy. We call this your Dan Tian, your field of energy, deep within you, close to your navel area. Feel it warm, feel it full of this watery resource that will support you to begin to flow with life. And then gently and slowly, when you're ready, let your eyes begin to blink open. We'll flow the palms up all the way to the sky. One last breath in to close the practice. And then as you reach the peak of your breath, shift the weight onto your right leg. Begin to gently guide your left foot in. And then soften the palms all the way down, bridging heaven and earth, connecting you, standing between it all, balancing yin and yang. You are the bridge between it all. And then gently you can rest your hands on top of your lower dantian area. So this marks the end of this practice. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your energy with me, for joining me this week. I will pause the recording.